What is up, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the Talk of the Ring Show. If you don't know who I am, my name is Harley, and I am your host of the Talk of the Ring Show. And we are right on time today, guys. We are not waiting no extra minutes because I've been loving how our guests be coming on time. Now, they ain't late. They on time. They early, which is great. So, let's give a warm welcome to today's guest, Abbs.
Hello.
Hello.
Happy to be here.
Great. I'm happy to have you on. I know I seen you in Rhode Island, I think. And
Yes.
you're at Fight Life, which is cool because I've had a lot of people on from that show this week, so it's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
you had my partner Ken on.
No, actually, I was supposed to have him on, and then he ditched me last moment, so it's okay.
Oh, Ken, I have to talk to him.
Yeah, I'll be just beat the shit out of him. He says he's supposed to come back on, but we'll see.
I'll let him know.
No, definitely. So I gotta start off with you just had a match last night or 2 nights ago with
2 nights
Pierce,
ago,
right?
Yeah, it was me, Ken, and Vinny Pacifico against Team Test of Strength. Nolan Pierce, Mark Alexander, and Bobby Ocean.
Yep. And Nolan Pierce is my brother, so that's why
Yeah?
that's why I was at the Rhode Island show because of him, and I was like, okay, that's a good opportunity.
He's a good kid.
Sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. You're definitely a vibe in the ring. It was different going because I'm Pennsylvania based. So I think it was my first time actually seeing you. I was like, oh my God, this is different. And it was you, and then there was the other match of No Nuts Cashew. I don't know his real name, but
Brad Cashew.
you know probably who I'm talking about. It was different, and the way the crowd reacts it's cool.
Yeah, New England and Pennsylvania crowds are like night and day almost.
So we're gonna start with who or what got you into wrestling.
Okay, I got into wrestling very late in life. And I was 19 years old. I was in freshman year of college. I was in a friend's dorm room. He had Raw on, and I watched who was it? It was Sheamus. I think that's the first guy that really sort of got me into it. The first real exposure to wrestling was Sheamus.
Wow. Okay. So with that being said, who trained you?
Oh, Johnny Rods up in Brooklyn, New York, WWE Hall of Famer.
Okay. And so how long would you say that you trained before you actually got your first realistic match?
Well, I started in 2014, and while we did have school shows there, so I did have show experience. I didn't officially leave there until 2019. So I spent 5 years technically training and doing shows and matches. So I had matches under my belt when I first came out here to the Indies. But it was 5 years there training, and I guess now 4 years out here on the independents. So it's 9 years now.
Okay. So if people don't know, how did your name originate, Abbs? Where did that come from?
I think it's because I had such a sweet six pack. Some friends I trained with just you should just run with that and just use 2 B's. Stands for Andrew's Better Body System because my real name is Andrew. So that's what they decided me to go with. You should just show those off, and here I am. Ran with it, and it's gotten me here.
Definitely. So if y'all haven't seen him, he's a whole different, he's a vibe in the ring. I seen him. People were running into his stomach and acting like they got a concussion. I was like, what is this shit? His abs.
Not acting. They got a concussion.
Yeah, he's right. They got his abs are so strong. You'll be surprised.
You didn't see Nolan head dive straight into my abs on Wednesday.
I seen the clip. I was like, oh my gosh, look at that.
He decided to just head dive right into it like a freaking bullet.
Yeah, he probably got a concussion now.
Oh yeah.
He's them damn abs.
Now he's only a little bit dumber than he normally is, I guess. No, I'm just kidding.
No, yeah, we can say that.
Didn't do too much to him.
Darn. No, I'm just kidding. So if people don't know, are you more of a baby face or a heel?
Almost everywhere I've been, I've mostly been a baby face. There's a couple companies where they're sort of experimenting with me as a heel, and I like to think it's succeeding. Invictus Pro Wrestling, I'm in a group called Genesis, where we're just the founders of Invictus. We were there since day one, originals. We're going to take over and destroy that stupid company and rebuild it in our image type stuff.
Okay.
And we're just gonna wreak havoc. Ken is also a part of that too, so
Darn. Damn it, Ken. We could have heard this from him, but now he just it's
freaking
okay.
Ken.
Damn Ken. Ken, yep. I'll have to have a word with him as well. Be like, yo, no, I'm just kidding. But so what would you say is your favorite thing about wrestling?
I would say just pretty much you get to be something you're not. The theatricality parts of it. I'm all for the athleticism and all that stuff, and that's all fun. But I always see it as just more. It's it's basically every genre of movie you can ever imagine. There's action, there's comedy, there's drama, there's there's fantasy, there's even horror and science fiction. There's everything for it. So it's the whole theater behind it all is my favorite part of wrestling. The moves are cool too, though. So don't get me wrong with that. But the storytelling and the theater behind it has always been what appealed to me.
Okay. And so like you just kind of said about like the storyline. Do you like prefer to be in like storyline matches or would you prefer just being like random ones?
I like a little bit of both. It depends where I am, honestly. Um, Fight Life, they do have me and Ken involved in this. Like they are building a story behind us, so that's always good. Invictus, there's a story with us. High Tension Wrestling, I have a story behind me. Camp Leapfrog, I had a whole story behind me. And then there's other places that just want to bring me in for a match, and I'm cool with that too. A rep is a rep, in my opinion. But I'd much rather be used for storyline stuff, but I have no problem being used for either one.
No, definitely. And I may be wrong, but you said high tension, right?
Yep,
That
if we're talking PA, I also have done some stuff in PA too, so I'm
yep.
not just in New England.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. I was like, wait. Like I seen you wrestle there. I was like, wait, I think I seen him wrestle somewhere before. I'm like, but where? So maybe I probably did see you wrestle before that.
Yeah, I wrestled a couple places in PA, but none more prominent than High Tension Wrestling, and Camp
Yeah.
Leapfrog is where I pretty much got this like noticed by people. So that's
Okay.
PA. I have roots planted there, I guess.
Yes, definitely.
I
So
did a few enhancement jobs at Chikara too, so
okay. So you said your favorite part. So what would you say is like the hardest part about wrestling for you?
staying in shape. Well, I don't have to worry about that, but still, um, it's the hardest part of wrestling is usually, well, yeah, it's staying in shape. That's a difficult one for me specifically, but it's while you meet the coolest people on the planet in wrestling, you also don't you meet some less than flattering people. So it's kind of dealing with people and the politics behind all of it. That usually is the most difficult part. Driving to a place for a crap payday and helping and like driving who knows how many hours, and then driving out who knows how many hours back. You're tired, you're sore, you're exhausted. Um, but it can be counteracted with you meet some really cool people and you really always appreciate every opportunity you get.
No, definitely. Yeah. So like I was gonna say, I mean, the way I seen it is you have like those abs, like there's no need to be worrying about staying in shape, guys. So
Yeah, well, no, for sure. But
don't
there's still some things I need to do. So
yeah.
even me, it's just the abs.
Yeah, don't
Everywhere
even
else, I
worry.
can use a little more, whatever. But
Yeah. Like
I don't
some
lift
arm
weights.
muscles, right? Like the abs are great. You just gotta get some like arm muscles, guys. Don't be criticizing my abs. So I'm
That's
gonna
the
say
one
from
thing you can't take away from me.
exactly. If you guys, if anyone ends up hating on abs, I'll be coming for you because he's a party
Ooh.
animal.
Oh shoot! Yeah. Hunt them
Anyway,
down for me. Love it.
so usually I'd say like if you have a kid or like if you had a kid in the future and they were like, Dad, I want to do what you're doing, would you be like all for and allow them to, or would you be like, I know how the indies in the business is and like be like, no?
Uh, I would have to explain how it goes, and then see if they want to do it. How much effort and hard work they have to put in, and what they have to do, and don't make the same mistakes I did. Um, I wouldn't say no, but I wouldn't completely encourage it. They would have to decide it for themselves. I'm not going to
No, right?
force it on them. They can. If this is a completely rhetorical situation, so
No,
future
definitely.
children do or be whatever you want.
No, yeah, just there. It's like a controversial thing. Some parents are like, no, because I know how people are, and it's like so political, and like everyone's
And I
always got.
get why they say that, but I don't want to be that person.
I mean, yeah, like I get it. Like you'll have your kid do whatever makes them happy, and they're gonna do it either
Mhm.
way. But
Yeah,
it's better to advise and be like,
exactly. With wrestling in particular, it's a nasty business sometimes, so you gotta be
100%.
ready for that.
Definitely. So, like, if you got a call from WWE and AEW at the exact same time, which one would you take?
At this rate, probably AEW. I don't
Okay.
know. I think my time for WWE is come and gone. I like to have some semblance of control of what I do, I guess, if that's the common thing. While the product in WWE has gotten a bit better, it's nothing I'm really like am interested in.
Yeah.
Nothing really draws me in there too much. NXT's okay. Um, AEW also they definitely have some things they need to work on, but they just seem like the more fun company to go to, honestly, and they've been known to be giving indie guys more opportunities. So, and that's what they're looking in the indies actually. So that's a big difference. They're actually looking at indie guys.
No,
So
yeah. And
that's always nice.
yeah, that's definitely cool. And that's something I was going to point out because there was an indie star who wrestled like in Pennsylvania and a whole bunch of other places, also known as Action Andretti. And he was just on
Right.
AEW. So it was like, it was cool. Like, hey, I just seen him this past week and I was like, do you remember me like from the old times? Like when you were not that
Exactly.
big? So
Exactly.
it's cool. But so like another controversial thing has like been said on this podcast a lot is how do you feel about like Japan wrestling and like because supposedly they're like more high tech and like intense and stuff.
Well, while I have an immense respect for it, I don't think it's exactly my thing because I'm not known to be an crazy striker. Um, I love Japanese comedy wrestling, though. That's always like it's beyond its years and how funny it is. It's edgy, it's funny, it's out there. It's out there and weird and funny as hell. So that's more of my bag. If I were to ever go to Japan, it would be for the more funny comedy stuff. I'm not much of a shooter. I don't have a background in martial arts. I I know how to throw a strike, but not quite like that.
Definitely. So like with that being said, are you more like I don't know how to word it. Like, are you one to be in like hardcore death matches or like
Maybe
not?
once to say I've tried it for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Hardcore
other
is different from deathmatch. I don't know if I would. There's a lot of things in death matches I wouldn't want to do, but I'm totally not opposed to doing stuff or bleeding, even whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not opposed to any of that stuff. Just
no,
know It's not like the most ideal thing, but I would still love to do it. And I know, and I've been involved in some no ring death match stuff, but
yeah.
I didn't do much of a death match. It was like a really funny little gauntlet. It was fun as hell, and I would love to keep doing it. And I have all the I respect deathmatch people. They destroy themselves for this business, and it's admirable. No one should really talk down to them about that because they do a lot of things we are too afraid to do.
No,
And
definitely.
and it's like I would definitely do it once, maybe twice, just to say I've done it, to show I can be put in that situation if needed. But I wouldn't make it a thing. I wouldn't want to
No,
be known as a deathmatch guy.
no, definitely. And I say it all the time on this podcast. Like I've seen the death matches and I've seen all kinds of matches. I'm like, y'all can do that. Well, I'll be a manager, but like if it comes to that, I'll be like, nah, I'll be in the back. You ain't not catching me out here. I'm not because there will be like light bulb, like those long ass
The
light
light
bulbs.
tubes, yeah.
No, man. And like there was a time I went to a show and like this guy was like bleeding right in front of me. I'm like,
Yeah.
first of all, that is so like germy, like get out of here. And like just the thought of blood like makes me like no. And like it was a
Covered in
puddle.
someone else's blood, not even your own.
It wasn't even my own blood, guys. And it was like there was a whole puddle. I was like, that's it. I'm going home. I can't. And it was right in front of me. I was like,
Are
this
you
is
in training? Are you training for wrestling?
not yet. Nope.
You know?
It'll be
Oh,
a couple of weeks and then I'll start. But I keep telling people, I'm like, no, you're not gonna catch me being a wrestler. I'll be a manager, but not a wrestler.
Right. Well, I respect anyone that gives it a try.
No, exactly. Yeah. So like another one would be like intergender wrestling. How do you feel about that?
Oh, I'm not against it at all. I totally for it.
Okay.
Obviously, there's some psychology bits you can throw in there to make it look better and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
I'm all for it. I'm part of Stan Styles' intergender bonanza, so I've got to uh, do some semblance of that, and I'm going to continue to do more intergender stuff. But I have no problem with it. It's fun, actually. It seems like a lot of fun.
Definitely. I mean, and a lot of times it's like the female outweighs the men just because like they don't want to see the women as weak, which like I
Right.
get it, but like sometimes us women need to lose sometimes.
No, I understand completely, and that's what I'm saying. There could be better stories out there telling it of all that stuff and better ways to go about it. But in the end, I'm like all for it.
Definitely. Like a good one would be like Adina Steele. She's 100% badass and she's not one to fuck around. She scares me sometimes. So she's one of them. So I don't know if you froze or if it was, yeah, I was going to say it was on my end.
Oh, okay. But yeah, intergender wrestling, good.
Okay, great. No, I've been having so much like internet problems today. I'm about to like throw this. I'm about to do some wrestling moves on this internet. Be like,
I
nah.
thought it was gonna be me, and I'm just like, oh no.
No, yeah, it's probably me. But so, anyways, do you have like a dream venue that you wish to like wrestle in before you retire?
I've never done the 2300 yet, the ECW. I have not done that yet. That would be cool to do, but specific venues, no, I have no real preference. I'll work anywhere. Yeah, throw me in the Ridgefield Park Knights of Columbus for the 4 millionth time.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Of course, I've been there millions of times, or not million of times, but plenty of times.
Almost a million, probably. No.
It's where everyone in the northern Jersey Indies go, and outside even when they come to New Jersey. There's Ridgefield Park. Let's go to Ridgefield Park.
Right. Because why not? So is there like a venue that stood out to you and you're like, I love wrestling here and I'll wrestle here anytime?
I love brewery shows, like shows that are held at breweries. Like the one, I actually really enjoyed the venue on Wednesday for Fight Life. Fight Life gets some really cool venues. This was a freaking huge brewery. It goes all the way in the back, and it's like right in the middle of middle of nowhere, Connecticut. It's so cool.
Oh my God. I seen like the pictures and videos. And Jordan, if whoever watches this podcast knows how much I love Jordan Oliver, and he was there and I missed it, I was like having a heartbreak. I was like, nah.
Oh,
this ain't fair.
All of Young Dumb was there except for one.
Gosh. So, like, do you think it's going to be an age thing or an injury thing that makes you call it quits and retire?
Probably age. I'm already kind of creeping up there anyway. I want to tell. Who knows how well I'm going to follow it, but I wanted to tell myself that I'd quit by 40 or be done by 40. But that depends on what I can do in between, like how successful I can make this. It all depends on that, honestly, because I have other things I want to do in life too. There's other things I could be doing along with wrestling, but I want to make the most of it until I can't.
No, yeah, most definitely. So, like, do you think when you call it quits and you stop actually wrestling, do you think you'll still be involved somehow, whether it's like commentary, being a manager, trainer?
I'd love to do commentary, honestly. I'd love to do commentary.
That'd probably be so funny. I'd probably be like listening back and be like, "Oh, this is hilarious."
For sure, I think it's something I want to try doing now, so I have some experience. But yeah,
no, yeah, definitely.
Love to work on commentary.
So, do you have merch, and if so, where can people buy it?
I do have merch. It's on Brainbuster Tees. I have a few cool shirts, some hats, all bunch of stuff on there. You have a shirt with actual abs on it, so you can have your own set of abs. Come to the shows and show off your abs. All that fun stuff.
And
Yes, on brainbustertees.com.
there you go.
Abs.
Y'all,
ABBS.
like I said, y'all, if y'all haven't seen Abs in person, like his abs are amazing. Like they're made of steel. Like you
And
can ask,
real. Yeah.
go send Nolan Pierce some DMs right now and ask him how his head is feeling because he
Oh,
probably
yeah.
still has a concussion.
For sure.
So if people want to find you on social media, where can they find you?
On Twitter, I am not fake abs. Abs is all caps. Instagram, I am also not fake abs. All lowercase. Those are the two I use the most, honestly. So find me on Instagram and Twitter.
Okay. And remember, guys, his abs are real and they're not fake. Not fake abs. But thank you so much for coming on and talking about like you as a wrestler. It was fun. And hopefully I'll see you at a show. I cannot speak today. Hopefully I see you at a show soon.
Yeah.
And have a great night. Bye.